What's going on, guys? Bright Simply Sports here, and today we are doing part 2 of my 2019 NFL season predictions. And today we are going on to the NFC, so let's get going into it. So, in first place in the NFC North, they have the Chicago Bears. The Chicago Bears have a really good defense. They have Khalil Mack, and they have Mitchell Trubisky for quarterback, and he's a very underrated quarterback, I think. I think a lot of people underestimate him. Say, "Oh, he's just a game manager." Well, as long as you manage a game, that's a quarterback's job. So you can win games, and I think the Bears will win a lot of them this year. Number 2, I have the Minnesota Vikings. I feel like they're gonna do worse than last season. I don't really have faith in the Vikings. They don't. I feel like the NFC got a lot of teams got a lot stronger, and I feel like Minnesota didn't really get any better. So they might go like 8-8, 7-9. I think that's fair. So yeah. Number 3, I have the Detroit Lions, and Detroit Lions they're improving. I guess they got some good players out there. They got C.J. Anderson, who honestly played running back better than Todd Gurley did with the Rams last year. I feel like C.J. Anderson was more productive. But yeah, they also got Trey Flowers on defense, who was another solid player, but don't expect anything special from the Lions because there's just a lot of question marks on their team. So, and I just feel like the Bears are better, and yeah. So let's move on. So number 4, I got the Green Bay Packers. Now, the Green Bay Packers could win the division. I don't see it happening because I feel like Aaron Rodgers is so full of himself that which is true because without Aaron Rodgers, this is like a 3-13, 4-12 team. The Green Bay Packers are not good, and I don't really expect them to do any better. I think they're already off to a rocky relationship with Matt LaFleur, and I don't understand why the Packers hired Matt LaFleur. I mean, there's no way they're gonna do anything special. So. Next, we're going on to the NFC South, and number 1, I have the New Orleans Saints, and they have a really tough schedule. I know this video is coming after when this video is posted compared to part 1, the schedule wasn't out in part 1, but the schedule came out yesterday after I already posted the video, but New Orleans Saints, in my opinion, have the hardest schedule in the NFL, but I feel like they are good enough to still make the playoffs. I have faith in the New Orleans Saints. They're going to be motivated off of what happened in the NFC Championship game. They got robbed. So they'll be thriving off of all that motivation and energy. So number 2, I have the Atlanta Falcons, and they're in the hunt. They're in the hunt for the wild card spot. I just don't know. They're definitely not what they were in 2016. I think that's whenever they made this Super Bowl 51. Yeah. They're not what they were in Super Bowl 51, but I feel like they can still compete. Atlanta Falcons, they got pretty decent schedule, so yeah. Moving on, number 3, I have Carolina Panthers, and this is Ron Rivera, the coach of the Panthers. This is like do or die season. If they don't do good this season, he's probably gone. And probably should be gone, in my opinion. I don't think they're going to do anything special. I feel like Cam Newton is overrated. I think he's a good quarterback, but I think he's overrated. I feel like he had one hit wonder season, and I'm just not seeing it. Number 4 is the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I really have oh boy. There's a lot of problems with this team. I don't feel like Bruce Arians is going to make Jameis Winston better. Jameis Winston is the worst quarterback in the NFL. You can quote me on that. You're not going to change my mind on that. He is the worst quarterback in the NFL. NFC East. Number 1, I have the Dallas Cowboys. This is another one you can flip a coin on between the Dallas Cowboys and the Philadelphia Eagles. I could really see either one winning it. I feel like the Cowboys, they're gonna be pretty good this year. I haven't looked at the Cowboys schedule, to be honest with you. But Ezekiel Elliott, Dak Prescott, and I'm blanking out on his name. I think DeMarcus Lawrence. Yeah. They're all back as far as I know. They're all back. So maybe some people were saying, oh, maybe DeMarcus Lawrence was leaving. No, he's still on the team. So they lost Cole Beasley, but they also gained that with getting Randall Cobb on a 1-year deal. So I feel like Randall Cobb can be a good slot receiver. Re-signed Tavon Austin. Cowboys, they're going to be fine. I think they'll make the playoffs or have a possibility to make the playoffs, depending. Yeah. So number 2, I got the Philadelphia Eagles. I feel like Carson Wentz does now have full control of the team. He won't have Nick Foles looking over his shoulder. So this is Carson Wentz's team at quarterback. Very talented team. Their schedule is pretty easy, I think. I haven't really looked at their schedule either. I haven't really looked at the NFC East, really. I just feel like, because it's really 2 teams. But moving on anyway to one of the teams that is not in contention is the New York Giants. I mean, they lost Odell. I don't expect them to be any better than last season, maybe about the same. I mean, Eli Manning is, as far as I know, is still going to be the quarterback, which hopefully they can draft a QB in this draft. They might. I think they should just start him. Just start the quarterback, whoever they draft, whether it's Dwayne Haskins, Will Grier, Daniel Jones, Drew Lock. Whoever it is, they should just start him because it's better than Eli. But the same on the other side, I can see why, they wanted to sit and learn behind Eli. I get it. And number 4 is the Washington Redskins. So far, I don't think they have a quarterback, or at least a quarterback that can compete. And based on how they played without Alex Smith is a good quarterback, and until he got injured, but I'm not expecting anything from Washington. NFC West. In first place, I have the Los Angeles Rams. It's going to be Super Bowl. They defending Super Bowl runner-ups. Sorry, I almost said champions, but they were not. They're not going to be as good as they were last year. I still think they're going to win the division pretty easily. I feel like the Seahawks, they're going to be maybe 9-10 wins. I think the Rams will get 11. Lost in Ndamukong Suh, who's a good player on defense, even with his attitude, but morals, really. That doesn't really matter. He's still a great player. Just some very explosive team on offense. Sean McVay, one of the best coaches, proved that he's one of the best coaches in football. Very innovative coach. So moving on is Seattle Seahawks. Haven't really followed the Seahawks much this offseason. I assume that, other than they gave Russell Wilson, is now the most paid player in the NFL, or at least quarterback. So I feel like they can be playoff contenders as well. 9-7, 10-6 record is what I'm seeing from the Seahawks. And moving on. 3, you got the San Francisco 49ers. I think that the Niners, it really depends on how Jimmy Garoppolo comes back from his injury. They could either be really good, maybe 9-7, maybe even 10-6, to be honest, or they can just be 4-12, 5-11. I mean, they're really a dark horse, good team. They're really all over the place. You don't really know. They could go for anywhere from, like I said, 4-12 to 10-6, maybe. So very up in the air. And 4 is the Arizona Cardinals. Now, even if they get Kyler Murray, he's not going to make much of a difference because that offensive line is just so bad. It is a bad offensive line. They got killed with Josh Rosen. And I just don't think they're going to stand a chance, really. I mean, if Kyler does go onto the team, maybe they can win, I think, 6 games. Maybe 7 games with Kyler. They'll improve because Kyler's going to be a special quarterback, in my opinion. I think he's going to be pretty good. So that's going to be it for my 2019 NFL season predictions part 2. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, share this around with your friends. Make sure to give me suggestions and new ideas in the comments below. There's going to be a lot of new content coming out soon, and I'll see you guys next time.